Kind of hoping Davidson can come out and improve on their ball a little bit. And I have faith they will, Jaden.
Right, this is definitely their game to do it, for sure. You know, Bryant's a little bit of an underwhelming opponent, especially with their starting quarterback being hurt or out with illness, we'll say. And, you know, it's toward the end of the season, Steven. Your team at this point should be warmed up for any opponent. You should be able to go out there and execute on any game plan. So tonight, you know, homecoming night for the Davidson Warriors, we're hoping for a big win for the Warriors tonight.
Yeah, homecoming night and senior night. See, we have our team captains out on the 50 for the coin toss, but I think we also have our seniors lined up down there on the sideline.
Right, I'm sure they're the honorary captains, co-captains, or I'm sure all of them are in the captain position tonight on senior night.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough game here for them. Really going to have to lead the underclassmen and show them what they're going to have to do when they're in that position.
Right, I mean, it's an emotional game. No matter how you look at it, it's an emotional game for the Warriors. But it's also unfortunate that they didn't get to play their last season in their own stadium or a stadium that they could call home. I mean, we're at Baker, but, you know, it doesn't hit the same, does it, Steven?
Yeah, looks like Bryant will win the toss here, but they'll defer. Davidson will get the ball first. And I think that's what Davidson needs. They're going to have to come out here and hit definitely Derek Butler tonight. He was a big component in last week's game against Foley. 6 touchdowns and nice little cache of awards there at the end. Not able to pull out the win in that one. I was talking to the special teams and quarterbacks coach, Coach Miller, and he was telling me just how tough of a loss it was. You know, fought hard till the end, got the score to be able to go up, went for 2 to grab the lead, and just couldn't convert. But here come the Warriors now, all hyped up and ready for this game. And I got to tell you, man, I'm ready for this game too.
Right, it's a big game for Davidson. And, you know, especially after some losses, if they're a close one like that one, it's a little tougher than some of the ones you get blown out by 20 points in, you know. The one that you put your heart and soul into and then you just can't squeak it by, those are definitely take a toll on you. But as we said earlier, they're in a position to win this game. I mean, even before the game starts, their team is stronger. I feel like we're a little bit more athletic than Bryant, and once again, they don't have their quarterback.
Yeah, Bryant's quarterback is out with the flu this game. Looks like they'll be bringing in their second string. And, you know, that's the adversity your coach tells you got to fight through. So definitely going to be a tough game for Bryant here. Going to have to, you know, probably see a lot more of the run game from them, and we'll have to hopefully see Davidson collapse that pocket and get to that running back when they need to.
Right, and I was watching him during warm-ups, actually. He's you know, not to be offensive or anything, he's a little shorter in stature. Not something you usually see from a quarterback. We've seen shorter quarterbacks. You know, Kyler Murray's a good example. And his accuracy wasn't the best, but I will say that he did keep a tight spiral with every throw, and he had some arm strength to him. Now, I don't know if they're going to have a deep ball because, as I said, his accuracy is not the best, but it's not like he's not bad. He's definitely not bad.
Looks like Davidson will line up here for the kickoffs. And the gold jerseys with black numbers. I like the font on those numbers there, and I especially like those helmets. Nice reflective gold there, nice and shiny. And Brian will come out here with the white jerseys with blue numbers and a very shiny helmet. I can almost see my reflection off it from here. Neither team has lost in their drip game, shall I say. Here comes Brian for the kickoff.
It's a small W, the drip game, right, Steven? If you lose that one, you're losing the mental game already.
Looks like Brian will go for a little bit of a squib kick here. Davidson have a little bit of trouble picking it up. I think we were able to fall on it, though.
Right, he fell on it. I don't know if that was on purpose, Steven, or what, but if it was on purpose, the Bryant coach might be thinking he would away from Derek Butler. But I don't really see the need to do that in the first kickoff of the game. But if it was on purpose, that was the reason. If it wasn't, then it's just a bad game.
Yeah. Here comes Davidson to line up for the first play of this game. Bryce Fick out here for his senior night.
That's what I was about to say. Interesting to see what Bryce Fick does for his senior night, right?
On the same page. Bryce Fick will line up out here. One tight end, one wide out, one slot guy. But he'll hand it off to Derek Butler. He'll try to take it up the middle, but not able to get anywhere. Maybe a gain of 2.
You know, a couple weeks ago, Steve, in our last home game against BC Rain, Derek Butler performed. He was phenomenal.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, I want to go ahead and warn the viewers at home that you're gonna be hearing his name a lot tonight. So better go ahead and prepare yourself.
Remember the name, Derek Butler, number 9.
Davidson with 4 people out wide here. Going to drop a little screen pass there. Not able to complete it though. That'll bring up 3rd down and about 8. That's what Davidson's really going to have to work on tonight, is completing those passes. Can't live off the run game when they start to shove in that box.
Right, and that was 1 yard away from being a fumble, Steven. That was a yard underthrown. That running back or receiver didn't run that route up a little bit more. That was a fumble. He even threw it behind him.
Looks like Davidson will bring out the same formation. Bryant's going to come in with a big blitz, but they're able to get off the screen in time to Derek Butler. He's got a little bit of room to run. He'll make a big move there. Nice hit on the Bryant guy. Looks like they'll give him enough for a 1st down there. Nice start to a drive here for Davidson. They're going to have to continue to drive like that.
Right. I mean, Derek Butler's great. Not taking anything away from Derek Butler. He's not really a receiving back, so.
Excuse me. It looks like they'll bring it back a little bit. That'll bring up 4th down. Davidson's going to keep, they're going to bring on the kicking squad here. Going to see number 1, Jonah DeLonga.
Oh, they said he didn't get the yard.
Yeah, they moved the ball back a little bit on me. But see Jonah DeLonga out here for the punt. Jonah was not, looks like there'll be a dead ball flag here.
If this is offside, it doesn't hurt Davidson too much. Jonah DeLonga he's about as solid as it gets for a punter and kicker. So
looks like they'll back Davidson up.
Right. This 5 yards, because they're punting it anyway, or maybe if that was a fake, it was a fake. But with this punt, it doesn't really change anything. It really just makes it just a deeper punt.
Yeah, and like you were saying about Jonah, he wasn't able to play in last week's game. He was injured, but been talking to Coach Miller, the special teams coach, and they'll call a fair catch here. They said Jonah hasn't been getting any reps in practice, but they wanted him to play tonight. So hopefully he'll be able to fight through the pain and play his game tonight.
I mean, he doesn't begin to be but I will say that punting is a little bit different than kicking. Punting's a little bit more of a technique thing. Kicking's a mental thing. You know, kicking's kind of, he might not have it on the kicking end, but we know that he had a great punt in the first one. I'm sure colleges are looking at him for punting and kicking. He's great at both, honestly.
Yeah, but I think he's got his heart in the other football, which, it's a pretty smart decision. Play the sport that you love.
Right. That's definitely not uncommon, but.
Going to see QB number 2 line up here. They'll motion a guy across. He's going to muff the snap here, able to hop back on in time, though, but Davidson will get to him in the backfield. That'll back it up about 2.
The coach of Bryant needs to get in his quarterback's head early.
Looks like we're going to go to a sideline report here. Take it away, Isabel.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Isabel Williams. Welcome to our 2022 homecoming game against Alma Bryant. The weather is looking absolutely awesome, and our crowd is great. Now, introducing our second reporter's guideline, Kelvin.
Good evening. My name is Kelvin Edwards, and welcome to the Clem Richardson Stadium. I'll be your second sideline reporter for the night. Our student section is absolutely killing it, and our cheer and band look fantastic. Congratulations to all of our homecoming mates and all our seniors. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thank you, Isabel and Kelvin. And Kelvin, you look like money tonight. I got to tell you, painted gold for black and gold today. Forgot my gold paint at home. That's my bad. Baker will try to run it up the middle here. Davidson able to get to him in the backfield again. He'll gain maybe about 4 inches, not much more than that, bringing up 3rd down and pretty long distance to go.
I mean, as we were saying before, Steven, Bryant not being the most talented team, this quarterback needs to, as I said, the coach needs to get in their head. Bryant's coach needs to tell them, look, we can beat these guys. Don't stress out too much. We need to get every play we can.
Davidson showing blitz here. He'll play action that handoff. A nice wide open guy there, but just a little bit too much height on that pass. Couldn't get to him. That'll bring up 4th down.
Right, and James loses that quarterback pressure. I don't know if you saw it or not, but that might have been flagged for roughing the passer in the NFL with these days.
I didn't see anything, Jane. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, it was clean, but you never know. Those refs.
They'll bring back Derek Butler again to receive the punt. Bryant punter just barely not in the end zone. Taking this big play. Here it comes. Got some height on it, not too deep. Oh, fair catch there from Derek Butler, but he's able to hop on it. Lost it. Teams. Hopefully they'll be able to tie that down before it ends up a stupid problem. Bryce will have 2 guys inside up here. Big snap, hand it off.
Edward Richardson on the run for the Warriors. For a gain of 3. Will set up 2nd and 7 for Davidson.
He said, and I quote, Derek, Edward. So you're gonna see a lot of the run game tonight.
Right, anyone who's ever seen a Warriors game knows they like to run.
Derek Butler. Almost getting to it in time, but he's able to get it off, and now will be good. Bringing Davidson up 7-0 with about 8 minutes and 40 seconds left in this game. That's a good way for Davidson to come out here and score, you know. After a kind of dismal first drive, they were really able to just, you know, come out here and put the ball in the end zone.
Right, Derek Butler is as lethal as it gets in open field. I mean, he turned on the Jets that time, didn't he? The blockers, you know, Harrison, he was blocking up in front too. He picked up that outside linebacker. And he scored a long touchdown because of it. I'm going to say, Steven, it is not boding well for Bryant right now. And of course, there's so much football left to play. But that first drive by Davidson, it was close to being a first down. A couple yards, a game of inches. But Bryant's offensive possession looked just awful, just unorganized, nervous. Nervous is the good word for it. It looked nervous.
Yeah, and that's what you're going to get when you got your second string quarterback playing. You know, he hasn't ever really performed in a game like this, coming out big game. So you know he's going to have to calm it down, before the lead gets out of hand.
Right, he's definitely need to find some confidence because he's got the talent. I mean, he's playing out here, so he's got enough talent to be the quarterback. So he's got to show it tonight.
Nice kick there. Looks like Bryant's going to let it back for a touchback.
Well,
And Coach Ferris said it best, the thunderous leg of Jonah DeLonga. And he may have been injured, but it may be I'm going to play today and be sore tomorrow kind of thing, you know what I'm saying?
Well, we know he's got the power for it tonight. And I'm be a little skeptical. Kicking's it's a hard position. It's definitely one of the harder positions on the field. Does he have the accuracy? We're going to find out. But he's got the power, that's for sure. He didn't lose any power.
Bryant keeping a lot of men up on that line, definitely trying to stop that Davidson D line from getting to the quarterback. Quarterback's going to keep it here. He's going to try to take a hole. He'll get about 3 yards. You know, he was looking to either keep that one or flick it over to his running back. He decided to keep it and got a little bit of a gain there, bringing up 2nd down and 7 to go.
Right. Bryant's going to have to be scrappy. They're going to have to be. They're going to need to get every yard they can. If they can average 3 yards a play, they're going to win this game. They're going to score every drive. But I guess we're going to find out if they can hold on.
They'll fake the handoff. He's got a deep pass there. It's just a little bit out of bounds. Nice. I think that was a nice play call there. They faked me out, and I'm standing up here in a box. So, you know, if he could have gotten that pass down just a little bit. Big 3rd down here for Bryant.
It was a great play by Bryant. And the receiver was open. As I said earlier, that accuracy was a little scary from him earlier in the warm-ups. I could definitely tell that he wasn't the most accurate quarterback.
Bryant's going to have 3 guys in the wide receiver position, 1 tight end. But they'll hand it off anyway. He's got room to run there. Davidson able to bring him down just before he gets to that line. It'll be 4th and 1. Nice stop by Davidson there, not letting him get past that 1st down marker.
They might go for it.
Yeah, it looks like Bryant's going to keep their guys out here. Maybe go a little bit tempo.
A little speed option. I think they're going to run an option with their quarterback. Trust that quarterback's instincts.
They'll motion a tight end across here. Davidson's going to make some adjustments. Comes a snap. He'll hand it off to 42. He's got room to run. He's there to about the 45, but number 11 able to get out there and stop him in time. Good open field tackle there, but that they really could not give up that 1st down right there.
Right, that would have been great field position for Davidson, but when you have a bigger guy like that at running back, it's kind of hard to stop him for that 1 yard.
They'll hand it off to 42 again, and he'll take another hole up the middle. Running big boy ball right there. He is just shoving it down our throats.
A little Derrick Henry-esque drive from number 42 right here.
Bryant really running some fast ball here. They'll hand it off again, and he'll take that same hole and get the 1st down. Davidson's going to have to get up here and get off their heels. You know, they're on the rings right now. They got to be able to get themselves back up.
Davidson definitely needs to get this stop. But at least we know Bryant's not going to roll over and take it. This drive is evident so.
Bryant not giving Davidson any time to sub. They'll fake the handoff here. He's got a deep pass there. Another high one. He's got to be able to get those down for those play actions they keep calling.
So I think they're going to go, with that starting quarterback being out, they're definitely going to go back to the run game again. They're going to have to.
Bryant finally making some substitutions here for the 2nd down and 10. Quarterback looking for the play. Here comes a snap. And they'll hand it off to number 42, who will take a hole up the middle for a gain of about 3. You know, we said we're going to hear Derek Butler's name a lot tonight. We're going to start seeing number 42's name a lot. Davidson with a 3rd down here. They need to get a stop. Quarterback rolling out looking for a pass. That one's high again. Davidson, you know, they haven't given up any passes yet, but they've had some guys be open. They just couldn't get the ball to them.
Right, the Davidson secondary isn't even playing that well. They've had one good open field tackle, but they've left men open. But this quarterback needs to get the ball in their hands.
Yeah, number 42, Caden King, has been really driving on Davidson, but they'll finally bring him out and bring on the punt squad. Davidson able to hold it there and stop Bryant for a punt, but that really just shows what Bryant is going to be able to do this whole game.
Bryant's definitely not going to roll over and take it, that's for sure.
Here comes the punt. A little bit of a shank kick there. It'll bounce straight up and straight down. Bryant will stop it at about the 23.
That definitely could have been worse for the Davidson Warriors. That punt was really bad. I mean, he punted it, what, 20 yards?
Yeah, Davidson will get the ball here with 5 minutes, 30 seconds left in this first quarter. I'd definitely like to see another Davidson score here. Maybe try one, take a little bit more time off the clock, show them that you can really drive, but touchdown's a touchdown, man.
Right. I think they're going to run the ball a lot, and they're probably going to break another big run if they score here. Or they're just going to run it up and down the field.
Davidson looking really spread out here, but they'll hand it off again. He'll take it up the hole. That's E.J. Harrison, excuse me, gain of 3 there. Yeah, this is going to really be a really beat 'em up game here. People running up that line and getting stopped.
Davidson runs that run-heavy offense. They do not like to pass the football. When they do, they like to run play-action passes. So we're going to see a lot of that this game.
Timeout on the field here. Davidson discussing what they want to do in the huddle. Here they come, showing that same spread out look again. 2 running backs, which is really nice. They can hand it off to either of them. And they'll hand it off to Derek Butler, who will take another nice hole. He's able to get a big gain there for a Davidson first down. And like I was saying earlier, you line up EJ at one side and Derek on the other, and you don't know which one it's going to.
It's a lethal duo for sure. And it looks like Bryant is going for a solution with Derek Butler. He's probably averaging like 20 yards a carry from that big run and all these other long carries he's been doing. It's probably like 15 to 20 yards a carry.
Looks like Bryant's going to change up their defense a little bit here. EJ will try to bounce it out, but Bryant able to sniff out that run, I think, there and stop him in the backfield.
They're trying to. Davidson does a pretty bad job of being explosive when it comes to running the football on the outside. I don't think they have the backs for it. I don't think Harrison and Butler are what you really want as far as it is bouncing it to the outside. But working inside to outside, like the halfback power we saw earlier, that was phenomenal. But these little sweeps and pitches that we like to do doesn't really work.
He'll bounce it around to the outside, though. He's got a nice hole there. He's got more room to run. He's able to get just past 92. He'll try to move on the inside, get a little hezzy, but he gets stopped there at about the 20. Big run again for Derek Butler, and man, he's showing why he got that big cache of awards from that Foley game.
The same exact play as before. That little halfback misdirection, you could say, where they just don't know where they're running, and he literally just runs it to the outside of the tight end or the tackle on the left side, and they can't keep up with him.
Looks like they'll keep Derek Butler out there, giving EJ a bit of a break. Looks like they want to pass here. He's looking for someone in the end zone. He's open, just a little bit too far behind him. Good coverage there by Bryant. Bryce just tried to place it far enough back that a Bryant guy couldn't touch it. Fell incomplete.
I think the Davidson receiver slowed down a little bit too. I don't think it's necessarily that bad of a pass. I don't think it was a great pass. I don't even think it was even a good pass. I don't think it was as bad as it first seemed, though. I mean, I think it's a good play. It's a good play call.
Davidson will keep the same lineup out here. Bryant looking like they're running a little bit of a zone coverage here. Definitely watching that running back. He'll take it up the middle, get a gain of about 5. 3rd and 5 here from about the 25. This is a red zone territory for the squad here, and it's really time to show what they have.
Ball security is key here because at this point, I mean, with a kicker like Jonah DeLonga, this is a free 3 points. I mean, barring the injury, he might miss this one, but we've seen him make this a million times. So as long as Davidson can keep the ball, they're going to score points.
Davidson's going to roll out Bryce here. He's looking somewhere, but he's going to decide to keep it. Man, big run there. He's going to run straight into a Bryant guy, try to knock him over. Runs just a little bit short of the first down, about 3 yards. Really didn't see anyone open on that one. Decided to just go ahead and keep it. Like you said, ball security, you know, don't throw up anything too risky.
Right. Good for Bryce Fick.
Looks like they'll keep Bryce out there, though. Going to go for it on 4th. Coach Colley showing his bag of tricks here.
I don't know how much I agree with this one, Steven. I think this one is a little too risky for my liking too early on the game.
They'll fake the handoff. He'll try to bounce around outside. Gets behind the number 19. He's got a lot of room to run. He hops over. He hops over the defender to get the first down, man. Looked like Josh Allen there.
Wow.
That was beautiful. Buddy, what were you saying about that play call?
It was even risky halfway through the play call. Bryant read it right, but Bryce Fick exploded to that outside. They had the guy, he needed a map. He got lost. He didn't know where he was going.
Bryce Fick showing that Bryce Fick athleticism there, man. It was beautiful.
Right. What a play by Bryce Fick.
Davidson really spreading that Bryant defense out here to try to get a run. Derek Butler's got an easy touchdown there, man. He could have walked in, and that'll give Davidson another 6.
Not only is Derek Butler playing great, the offensive line is playing great. Those tackles, that left tackle has been playing so good tonight. All these runs that are keeping Davidson alive that drive, for that long run, that 4th down run by Bryce Fick, he has been involved in every single one.
Comes Jonah DeLonga out here for the extra point, but they'll call a flag. Refs discussing the call here.
It's probably too good of a run play, that last play. It was on Bryant.
Bryant maybe an offsides, yeah. That'll give Jonah a little bit of a cushion here, I guess, but I don't know if it'll affect it too much.
Hey, when you're this close to the goal, going even closer, sometimes it messes with you.
But it won't mess with him too much, as that one will go straight through. Davidson coming off to the sideline here, a happy team after another score. Bring the score 14-0 with 1 minute and 30 seconds left in the first quarter.
You know what, Steven? I'm going to make a bold prediction. We've seen it twice. It almost happened twice already. I think Bryant is going to block an extra point or kick tonight.
Yeah, he's really been able to get around here. Hopefully Bryant can get that ball. Jonah can get the ball off in time.
He's inches away from blocking both of those extra points. I think tonight he's going to get him one because he has been rushing that edge very well tonight.
Yeah, and we know how much special teams can affect the game. I think they're often overlooked. You know, people think grab the ball and sit down, man. But they can really change the momentum of a game, turn the tides.
I mean, great special teams it's a win or lose. Look at the Bama game last weekend. A missed field goal leads to a Tennessee winning field goal. I mean, it's one of the three. It's offense, defense, special teams, and it's as important as offense and defense. You have to have a good special teams, or at least you have to have a well-coached special teams.
And well-coached they are. Coach Miller, the special teams and quarterbacks coach, been talking with him a lot before this game. He says he's been working a lot with his guys this week. Nice kick there from the thunderous leg of Jonah DeLonga, as Coach Ferris likes to say. That'll give Bryant the ball at the 25. And Bryant's really, they've had a long way to go on all their drives, which has really helped this Davidson defense, a lot of cushion given to them by the special teams.
Right. They haven't had good field position. They've had normal field position this whole game. And that booming punt by DeLonga put him in a similar spot they are right now. So at this point, you have to have faith in Davidson's defense.
Bryant with the handoff here. He'll take it up the middle. That's a guy we haven't seen yet. I think that's number 5, Isaiah Dixon. Excuse me, number 5, Timothy Miller. Davidson's really going to have to start working on stopping that run. You know, you give up those little runs, and then all of a sudden the guys past you running 50 yards. Really just got to get past that. They'll hand it off again here, but oh, Davidson, he'll fake the handoff. Excuse me, he's got a lot of room to run. Flag coming back here in the backfield.
I think that's a block in the back, I think. So they might just bring this all the way back, and they did. They did bring it all the way back. Hey, that's just not a heads-up play by Bryant. The Davidson Warriors missed the tackle. They missed that tackle, and he hit him with a block in the back, and that is a killer right there for Bryant.
Yeah, nice gain there by Bryant, but they'll bring it back, and that's going to hurt him, like you said. Bryant will keep the same lineup out here. They'll hand it off. He'll try to take a hole at the middle, but Davidson got there to stop him. He won't even get back to the 10-yard marker.
Davidson's running a lot of blitzes now. They're putting men in that box, especially when that big back gets back in there, number 42. I mean, with the way Bryant's been playing offense, this should be a relatively easy stop for Davidson as long as his quarterback doesn't put the ball on the money, and he hasn't done it at all tonight.
Looks like they'll hand it off, though. He's got a little bit of room to run. Nice blocking there from Bryant, but with 12 yards to go, it's pretty hard to get that far. And I think that'll bring up the end of the quarter. 4th down for Bryant. They'll bring on the pump squad. That'll bring us to the end of the first quarter with Davidson up 14-0. And I got to say, that was a pretty nice quarter for Davidson. We want to show off this week's Smart Artist. This week's Smart Artist is Caitlin Beverly. Caitlin is a member of the DHS Chorus. Her main inspirations for singing are Ariana Grande and Aretha Franklin, and other R&B artists. She balances her academics and artistic endeavors by always putting school first and art second. Good job, Caitlin.
The arts are definitely nothing to scoff at. There are some talented people.
Yeah.
At the high school level, you know, it takes some perseverance to be able to practice your art, such as dance and singing, especially when you're taking high school classes. It's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah. Yesterday I had the honor of attending the Davidson Idol performance in 3rd block, and got to hear some really nice singers, you know. It's really tough. You know, some people say I have a nice voice. I was in the choir one time. Choir teacher asked me to sing a solo, you know. Solo, no one could hear me.
Oh.
Here comes Bryant to start the second quarter.
All right, that's where your career starts, Steven, is the solo acts. In the showers, in front of the mirrors, with the hair brushing your head. I'm sure you kill it in the bathroom, man.
All right, here's the punt. That one's another short one. Davidson will let it bounce. Not a nice bounce there for Bryant, as that one will go straight up and straight down. Give Davidson the ball at about the 45.
I don't even think Davidson put a returner out there for that first punt. I think they were just going to play some defense, make sure they don't get the first down, and if they punt it to the other 20-yard line, then that kid's going pro. So there was really no hope at that point. I'm interested to see what this explosive Davidson Warriors offense tonight is going to do in this, 4th drive they've had? 4th drive?
Davidson will come out here. Derek Butler at Bryce Fick's side. He'll hand it off to him. He'll try to get around. He's got some room there. He'll make a nice move there, able to put the defender on the ground. Nice little spin there to get a first down to about the 42. That was a nice move by Derek Butler there.
I like it when they bring that stuff to this sideline so I can see it a little better than on the other sideline.
Yeah.
I don't want Bryant's fans to see Derek Butler breaking ankles and trunking people. I want to see it on the Davidson sideline. I want to see it a little better.
Yeah, he said, Brian defender came up to him and he said, "Get on the ground, boy." He put his hand in his face.
He was definitely trying to find that Dora map after getting juked out.
Bryce Fick will keep it here. Brian able to get to him for a gain of only about 3.
As I said, 3. If you can run for 3 yards every play, you win the football games. You'll get a first down every time.
Yep. Davidson definitely not making a lot of changes here throughout the drive, keeping the same guys out there and kind of going a little bit fast, keeping that Bryant defense on their toes. Bryce looking for a pass here. He's got a guy going up the sideline. That one will be bobbled, almost intercepted by 29. Good coverage there from Bryant. That I think the coaches told him that one's going to Brand Kyles no matter what, and he tried it. Didn't work out for him how he wanted, though.
You know that saying, Steven, the pass is so scary that the receiver turns into a cornerback? I think that we just saw that. I think that receiver knew he wasn't going to catch it. He had to go play a little Julio Jones defense.
Long third down here for Davidson, and I'd say a big one too. Got to complete this drive, and it'll, just increase that range and the score here.
Well, I think they're going to run it a little. Run it one more play, run it up the middle, or they might bounce it outside. They've seen some success tonight. I know I said earlier they didn't see success, but then instantly afterwards, a big play. Kind of ate my words on that point, but.
All right. Yeah, Coach Cawley talking to Brandon Kyles, don't think he was happy. I don't know if he ran the wrong route or something, but they didn't like something there. They're going to call a timeout.
Davison's definitely going to go for this. They're going to try to get this field goal, Steven, for sure.
Looks like we're going to go down to the sideline here. Take it away, Isabel.
Welcome back to another sideline report. Davidson is up 14-0. We have great defense and we're playing some really good running offense. Now tell me, Kelvin, how is the student section looking?
Our student section is doing absolutely amazing, Isabel. They are showing so much support to our team. Our cheerleaders are also doing the same. Our team is doing absolutely amazing right now. Back to you guys in the booth.
They'll roll him out. He's going to decide to keep it. Nice move there to stay away from the defender. He'll get gain of about 8 there. Nice play by Bryce Fick there, able to, tuck that ball down and run.
That's the athleticism we love to see from Bryce Fick. I mean, he's fashioning those defensive linemen. We've seen it twice now. And I think at this point, are they keeping it out there? Okay, they're going to keep him out there, but I thought they must not be feeling that confident about DeLong's leg. Because I thought they were going to do what they pretty much just did, run the ball a little bit, get some yards, and kick this long or try to hit the long field goal. But it's either they're not confident in DeLong after his injury, or they're really confident in Derek Butler.
Yeah, I'm looking for a big pass here from Bryce, and he's going to roll out looking for a guy. He's got a guy down short here. He'll try to get to the sideline. Almost picked off by Bryant again. Perfectly read by number 12 there for the Canes. Not the end of the drive the Warriors wanted, but, you're up 14-0. Take some shots, man. Playing some Lane Kiffin offense here.
I wish we had Lane Kiffin's offense here. I mean, the offense is kind of, other than a couple big runs, it doesn't look great, but it's kind of hard to complain about your offense when you're up 14 points, right?
Score's a score, man.
Right. I think I'm being a little too critical of the offense. They've been playing great tonight, especially Bryce Fick and Derek Butler.
Davidson looking like they're running some man coverage out here. They'll watch for the pass here from Caden King. He'll get another big man run, for a gain of 5. Davidson's going to have to stop that guy if they hope to stay in the lead this game.
It's not looking good for Davidson's defense. They've had some great drives, when that number 42's in, it's obvious that Bryant pushes the ball down the field. Obviously.
They'll hand it off to him again. He's looking for somewhere to go, but not able to get there. Davidson able to just burst past that offensive line and hit him in the backfield.
See, the issue with that play for the run is they put him right on a James Williams. And we know James Williams he doesn't need help in tackling. We know that.
That's a big old boy, and he's also out here celebrating his senior night tonight, so showing off his leadership there on the defense.
You think James Williams is about to get run over on his senior night? No. Keep running it at James Williams. See what happens.
They'll try and run it again. He'll try to bounce outside, but nothing there. They'll stop him again. And if Bryant brings on their punt squad here, it's going to be a pretty short drive there for Bryant. Starting in it at about a minute.
I doubt as harsh as this sounds, Bryant's not going to punt. There's no point. Well, they're going to give Davidson 10 yards. They are going to punt. And let's hope this punt is better than the last two have been. Well, Bryant needs to stop this bleeding. And that number 42 he's a little Band-Aid. They might score with him once, maybe twice. But he's going to get tired fast. He's a big guy.
Here comes the punt for Bryant. He'll get that one. That'll get a Bryant bounce finally. That'll keep going and going and going to about the 16. Long drive ahead of the Warriors here if they're going to try and score, which hopefully they are, or else they wouldn't be playing very good football.
That's normally the game plan, is to score more points than the other team. But sometimes with the Warriors, you don't know. Sometimes they kind of come out and they don't do that very well. But I have to eat my words that drive. That was a great punt. Not only was the bounce was good, the bounce was very, very fortunate for Bryant. It was a good punt. It was a good punt before the bounce. So I'll give it to Bryant's punter on that one. He definitely bounced back after the first two bad ones.
Looks like Derek Butler and EJ will come out here. They'll give it to Derek Butler. He'll try to make a move inside. Bryant able to stop him. He's still going, but they'll bring him down. Gain of about 2, or gain of about 3, excuse me. Excuse me, some drama going on the outside. Man has not moved his car, and they have brought the tower. He better get out there pretty soon. He's probably standing in line to get some food or something. I don't know. They'll hand it off to EJ, though. He's got a nice hole there. Good blocking. He's still going. Bryant will finally stop him. Gain about 5. Bring up 3rd down and 2. And I'd like to see a run up the middle here from Davidson. Just push that ball forward.
We know they've got it in them. That's for sure. Davidson definitely likes to run the ball in the middle. I think they just like to run the ball. They don't like to hand the ball to Derek Butler. And when you've got a guy like that.
Oh, excuse me. That's going to be 1st down.
I mean, chances are, Steven, they're still going to run the ball in the middle.
They'll hand it off to Derek Butler. Bryant got back to him pretty fast that time. He'll keep on going back. Not the run Davidson wanted there, but you're always going to have some of those broken down plays. You just got to bounce back and keep on going.
That's why you get 4 plays to get that 1st down, not just 1. So, well, that was a really hard loss of yards.
Yeah, 2nd down and downtown. Long way to go. Looks like they'll keep EJ and Derek, but they'll put him out to Bryce's right this play. Bryce looking for a pass. He's got Brandon Kyles going down the sideline. It's there. Oh, he bobbles it, and it just falls incomplete. That was a close one. It looked nice. It was there, and Brandon Kyles went up for a catch, tried to moss him, just couldn't hold on to it. And I would have liked to have had that one.
Yeah, that pass was it wasn't the greatest pass from Bryce Fick, but it was good enough. It hit him in the hands, and it wasn't one of those Odell Beckham one-handed catches or a dive and grab. No, he probably needed to bring that home.
It's 3rd and long for the Warriors.
Bringing up 3rd and long here I'd like to see another pass to Brandon Collins. Try for something here. But Davidson will call a timeout. Coach Colley didn't like the look he had. With that timeout, there'll be about 6 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first half. Davidson's going to have to work on, or not work on, but catch another break here, another big run, or maybe complete one of those long passes they've been attempting.
They might pass the ball. I mean, they like to run. It's very hard guess on what you think they're going to do.
Yeah, I think, and with it being Bryce Fick's senior night, definitely want to see him perform. Give him as many chances as you can to put some on the old highlight reel.
I mean, whatever they do is going to involve a DeLonga punt. Like, they're going to trust DeLonga. So they're not going to really go for these 14 yards. They're not going to think it's necessary. Because they trust DeLonga to get them good field position, like get Bryant in bad field position.
Bryant coming out here. Bryce Fick will take the snap. Looking for a guy to pass it to. He'll throw a little bubble pass here to, oh man, Derek Butler will put a man on the ground, but a long way to go for a bubble pass.
Right. If Derek Butler would have gotten that one, we might be looking at another Player of the Week award. I mean, because that would have been, his third touchdown today? Or second touchdown, third huge play for Davidson.
We'll see DeLonga come out here. High snap there, but he's able to get it off in time. Probably not as far as you wanted it. Take a bad bounce here for Davidson, but it'll fall out of bounds at about the 45. Not the field position Davidson wanted to give Bryant. Davidson's defense going to have to come out here and show what they've been doing to get a shutout this whole game.
Say DeLonga felt the pressure on that one. And I don't know if Bryant's kicker's the best, so I know one thing for sure is that we're probably going to see number 42 a lot this drive.
Yeah, it looks like they'll line him up to the quarterback's right.
Oh, we know what play this is going to be. I mean,
oh, maybe not. They're going to try to motion the quarterback over to the right, and he's got no room to run. Davidson was just in the backfield there, man.
I must say, tonight I have been wrong about a lot of things. It's just one of those nights, I guess. You can't really pin down what's going on for Davidson and Bryant.
Bryant's going to keep 42 out there, though. 2nd down and 14. Davidson's going to bounce back. Catch there from Bryant.
That was a great catch.
Be a gain about 4. Yeah, nice catch there.
Great catch. Not the best pass. The timing of the pass was good. The accuracy, we've seen him struggle. He's not very accurate. And if he was, this would be a whole different football game we're talking about right now.
Bryant here for a big 3rd down. He's looking for someone. Long pass there down the sideline. He's going. Number 14 will pick up the ball over the top of the cornerback, and he'll run in for a touchdown. And that's the break Bryant's been looking for. Number 5's happy about that one.
Right, it was a great catch. A little underthrown, but once again, good enough to the point where you should catch it. We saw him do a little Tyreek Hill look back, give a little peace sign. We know that's a taunting flag in the NFL.
Yeah, and while not a flag, throw up that peace sign. You may have a couple guys running at you the next play.
So we don't see that tonight.
Looks like Bryant's going to run some guys out here for the kick. Looks like they're running the old line them up, and they'll come out here. Didn't want to show Davidson what position they were in, or formation, but they'll line up in a field goal formation. And that's a delay of game flag on Bryant. I don't know what was going on there, partner.
I'm as confused as you are. I think that was probably the dumbest thing I've seen in a very long time.
Well, was not the worst special teams performance I've ever seen, but that's a different game. So
Definitely not the worst, but
here comes a 5-yard longer kick. That one's up. They'll say it was in. Bryant finally putting a score up on the board. That'll bring it 14-3 with about 4 minutes and 50 seconds left in this first half.
no, it's 14-7. They had that long receiving touchdown.
Oh, excuse me, that was a PAT. I forgot. Man, I think
Right.
my game's going on with
It was that
with that
lineup.
lineup.
That lineup, yeah. That really confuses.
Yeah, it looks like we'll go to an ad here.
Wild Warriors is Davidson's personal school spirit organization. Well, currently we're looking to get a lot more underclassmen into our organization based on our player interaction through our Instagram. I think most of them appreciate the energy and effort that the students put into supporting them.
Bryant with another sort of strange lineup here, but I'm thinking they're going to run their guys out to the position they want. There they go. Just needed the signal from the kicker.
That touchdown was huge. There's no sugarcoating it. That touchdown. Davidson would love to score another one right here to get some cushion, but that touchdown
Davidson.
shows Bryant's not out of it.
Here comes a kick. It'll be another squib. Davidson will try. He's looking for some room here. He'll try to bounce it outside. He'll get it to the outside. He's at the 50. He's got one guy ahead of him. He's going. It's Brandon Kyles. He's gone. He's gone. Oh, he'll get to about the 13. Big run there from Brandon Kyles. And, he'll make up for some of those drop passes from earlier with a big special teams play here, although there is a flag at the 45. Never like to see that after a big play on
Probably a
special
block
teams.
in the back, unfortunately. That's normally what happens, but it could be a whole lot of things. But block in the back is probably the most common foul on a kickoff, especially like that, a long one. And, yeah, they're bringing it back.
Yeah, teams will come back here, but even if you don't get that big gain there, still that momentum and the hype from just that huge run there from BJ, it's nice. Oh, excuse me. Not bringing it back. Sideline warning against Davidson. Coach maybe said a few unsportsmanlike words, or actually I think they may have told him to get back. Guys were crowding the field.
Right, you gotta stay in between in that box, that little that big rectangle. I don't know if you can see it on the broadcast. There's a rectangle you have to stay in. You can't go on the field. When a play like that happens, normally it gets broken. I mean, it's a hype play, so.
Yeah, definitely a good outcome there for Davidson, not having to bring the ball back. They'll fake the handoff to Derek Butler. Bryce is looking for somewhere to pass. He's going to keep going around. Bryant's able to get him in the backfield, but a flag here near the center of the field.
I don't know what that could be on. I mean, holding probably, but I mean, it's just a guess. No idea.
He was a long way from the quarterback, though. Some discussion here from the umps. Looks like Davidson will sub in number 10, EJ Harrison. And Davidson's moving their offense back.
Yeah, it appears to be a holding.
Yeah, looking to see if the Bryant coach wanted to accept or decline that penalty. Oh, blocking the back. That was declined. They'll take the loss. And I know I said second down in downtown for that last one, but this is really second down in downtown, man. This is a long way to go for that first down.
Second down in a country mile.
Yeah. But they'll keep that two running back look out out here that they've liked. Maybe see a play action here. They'll blow the play dead. Another flag.
Let's hope it's not on Davidson. Davidson needs to break this drive.
Encroachment.
They touched the.
Yeah.
They touched the line.
Get out my space, man. But that'll move it up a little bit. bring it back down to maybe a downtown. They're not still on a country mile here.
Definitely a little down from a country mile. But they haven't quite gotten back from downtown. I think they just bring it back to the line of scrimmage, or the original line of scrimmage, that 10 yards.
They'll bring that shotgun look here from Bryce. He's going to fake that pitch there. He'll take a big hole right there. Took a couple big hits, but able to stay up for a nice gain.
Davis doesn't use a lot of quarterback keepers, do they, Steven?
No, they really don't, but Bryce has been showing his athleticism right here with all those quarterback keeps.
So this game, they've definitely been using the quarterback powers and stuff, and a lot of option, but it's been working. It's been working very well.
And definitely not an unhandleable third down here for Davidson. Able to move that ball forward for about a third down at about 8. Davidson will keep that lookout here. A bit of a high snap, but they'll hand it off to E.J. Harrison, and he's in for an easy touchdown, man. Amazing, amazing blocking there from the O-line, and he'll take that one right to the end zone.
I think that the quarterback keepers and the powers and the options, well, that was an option itself, but I think they took a toll on Bryant there. I think they looked at Butler, saw he didn't have the ball, looked at Vick, and saw he didn't have the ball, and at that point Harrison had the ball. There was no way they were going to – Harrison's too good of a running back to get caught at that point.
Kick here from Jonah Longa. And, you know, partner, I think I'll call that an option play. Davidson said, look, Bryant, here's your options. You can tackle us or you cannot. And I guess Bryant elected to not, because that was a touchdown right there. And with that score, it'll be 21-7 with 3 minutes left in this first half. And nice to see Davidson score here. It's been a little bit since we've seen a Davidson points. But, you know, hopefully I'll pick them up before they go into halftime. Definitely cannot give up a score here to Bryant. Do not want to let the other team score right before going into halftime.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And it's great to see Bryce Vick being so involved in the game. The last couple home games we've done, he hasn't been the most influential player on the field. He's been a decent quarterback, but this game he's been really good. His instincts have been working out for him very well.
First time we've seen the kickoff squad in a little bit. Jonah Longa finally able to get the ball on the tee. Another nice kick there. Looks like Bryant's going to let that one hit in the end zone, and they'll take the ball at the 25.
This game has been nothing but entertainment, Steven, on both sides.
Yeah, and like I was saying earlier, 3 minutes left in this first half. Davidson cannot give up a big drive here to Bryant.
I think whatever's going to happen here is Bryant is going to try to chew the clock. They might get a big play, a big gain. That's a given. You know, that might happen on any given play. They're going to try to shut this clock, and if they do get the ball back to Davidson, they're going to try to make sure it's with no time left. Because this Davidson's team has been great on offense.
Looks like they'll bring number 42, Caden King, back out here for the run. They'll fake the handoff to him. Quarterback keep there, but nothing happening. Nothing doing. Maybe a gain of about 1. Bring up second down and 9. And I actually think, partner, that the second string quarterback is the first string running back, Isaiah Dixon, which means number 42 is second string running back, and he's coming out and performing tonight.
I think number 42 might be a defensive player, honestly. I think he's a bigger boy. He might be a linebacker. I think he might be, they put him at running back. Because that's not uncommon. We've seen defensive linemen in the NFL play running back.
Man, big stop there from that Davidson defensive line. And partner, I'm going to say who it is. It was James Williams. And man, that was a big stop there.
If you don't like watching James Williams play, then you don't know football. Plain and simple. James Williams is a force to be reckoned with, and he is great. James Williams kind of reminds me of J.J. Watt, honestly, the way that he is able to get through this line and really just make a tackle while still on his blocks. Bryant still with a single back formation. They love running this formation, Steven.
They'll try to hand it off here. He's able to, he'll fake the handoff. And James Williams with another big stop. Bring up 4th down and a long way to go. They'll bring out the punting squad. Bryant definitely trying to just chew the clock out here.
Yeah. So what do you think about my comparison to James Williams to J.J. Watt? How do you feel about that one?
I like it, but I think James Williams, he has a little bit of height on J.J. Watt. He's a taller guy. I'm thinking maybe, I don't know, maybe an Aaron Donald kind of. He's a big old dude, and Aaron Donald is fast, and James Williams is fast.
James Williams is fast. And I would say that if James Williams, his only weakness in his game, and it's not even a weakness, it's just he's not great at. He's not great at shedding those blocks on the pass rushes. He's good, but if he could shed those blocks, he would be inbound to a Power 5 school. Like he is a phenomenal football player. And he could honestly go, he could follow in the steps of Cedric Johnson, a former Davidson player, also defensive end who went to Ole Miss. Following the steps of that, going to another Power 5 school. James Williams is phenomenal, though. He is great, and he probably will end up going to a Power 5 school anyway.
Here comes the punting squad for Bryant. Derek Butler back to receive the punt. Bryant's going to change their look here. But they'll still punt the ball anyway. Nice punt there. Davidson will let that ball fall, and it'll bounce, 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 and stop bouncing at about the 43. Definitely enough time left on the clock for Davidson to try, maybe, run the ball a little bit, try to run the clock down some, and then maybe try, for a big pass. Definitely seen that happen this game with that big pass from Bryant.
And, Davis is no slouch. They know what they have to do, and we see DeLonga warming up on the sideline right now, and I like DeLonga. When DeLonga comes into the game, he gives your team some versatility. As a high school team, a lot of teams, good or bad, are usually limited by their special teams. And with DeLonga out there, you're not limited at all.
Davidson really spread out here. Looking for a screen there to the nice pass there to Derek Butler, and he's got a guy wide open down there. Oh my gosh, with a flea flicker to Brandon Kiles. Big pass there. His helmet will come off, but he'll hang on to that ball. Man, that was beautiful, partner. That was beautiful.
Not only was the Derek Butler pass great, Bryce Fink got destroyed as soon as he threw that ball to Derek Butler. Kept his composure. He knew the guy was coming on his blind side. Kept his composure. We've seen them try that how many times? 3 or 4 this season. We've seen it personally, and that they have never done it as good as that time right there.
It was beautiful. It was a work of art, partner. I'm in shock.
Just as they drew it up.
And they'll hand it off to E.J. Harrison here for a run up the middle. He'll get a couple of yards. Man, Davidson running some tempo ball here, trying to. Now, I don't think they have any timeouts left, partner, so definitely trying to get in before the end of this half. Oh, he'll spike the ball there. Good decision by Coach Colley. Make some changes in the lineup, get the formation you want.
That clock definitely ran a little couple seconds over than the spike happened, but I don't think Davis is too stressed about it.
Yeah, you got to work with what you get, Sometimes the clock doesn't work in your favor. We've seen teams like South Alabama get screwed like that, but, got to work with what you get.
So this is the SEC now. It's Southern Alabama high school ball. We don't get to have that
Best
little
kind of
replay
football
feature.
there is. 2 running backs here from Davidson. They'll look for another screen pass to Derek Butler. He'll try to get him between 2 guys. Good gain there for about 3. Bring up fourth and 8, excuse me. And they'll bring on Jonah Thunderous Leg DeLonga. MVP chants from the crowd here, and I think they're chanting for Mr. Jonah DeLonga. And that one's up. Brian will get back to it like you said earlier, and that'll stop the clock with 4 seconds left.
Say it was only a matter of time for that to happen. We've seen it twice. I don't remember having on the last one, I will say, but that we saw it. We
He's been
called
getting
it.
around that corner all night.
We knew it was going to happen, Steven. Me and you both knew that something like that was going to happen this game.
And
That was
after
really-
that huge gain by BJ Kyles, you know, that's a little bit of a damper on your momentum going into the half. But, you know, if I'm coach, I'm telling my guys, stick with what we got there. You know, special teams, you guys work on what you guys got to work on. But, you know, let's keep playing ball.
Say Coach Colley definitely needs to take it upon himself this halftime to really say, guys, I know we made some mistakes, but we are in front. We need to put the pedal to the metal on this one. Just don't let off the gas.
Brian in the spike formation, and that'll bring us to an end of our first half. Make sure you stick with us. We're going to come back with an interview from Coach.
In a more efficient manner, and hopefully lead to, you know, some continued success. Well, we lost a lot last year on the boys and girls side. You know, we had a really good team given some circumstances that we were put into. You know, I never like to make any excuses. And that's kind of the motto that we take on as a team. We're not rebuilding, we're revamping. And we have a lot of younger talent coming back to us.
Very happy by blood, sweat, and tears, and Michael Bublé's feeling good.
There's a storm brewing in West Mobile. It's right in the eye. So get ready to get groovy because we're about to rock you like a hurricane and lead you. Drum Major Dan Darby and DeWayne Tran. Is your band ready?
It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life for me.
flight are fanfare from the third planet, Into the Light, and Descend. Crew members are Drum Majors Jacob Nelson and Zach Cologne. Band directors Tim Beatty and Jeremy Messer, and Principal Jason Richardson. Drum Major, is your band ready? Proceed with launch sequence. We have Davidson launching in 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, the sound of Mobile.
Jordan Serena Scott, escorted by her brother Eric Scott Jr. Jordan has been dancing in every school dance for 14 years, where she also volunteers. She is also a member of Color Guard, FCCLA, National Honor Society, and Youth Legislation. Jordan plans to attend the University of Alabama to study veterinary medicine. Yay, Dan! Our senior maid, Ashley Wynn, escorted by her father, Hal Wynn. Ashley is the Vice President of the Student Government Association, Treasurer of the National Honor Society, President of the Wild Warriors, and a Mobile Resilient Trail Maid. She is also a member of NECA, HOSA, and the Warrior Women's Soccer Team. Ashley plans to attend UAB and major in nursing, with a minor in marketing. Kyla Lene Roden, escorted by her father, Eureka Roden. Kyla is the captain of the varsity cheerleading squad and a member of the Discipline Service Organization. She plans to attend college and is interested in becoming a civil engineer. Natalie Marie Cook. Her father is Dana Williams. Natalie is a member of the Student Council, Black Student Union, EPIC, National Honor Society, Kinetics, National Dance Honor Society, Broadway South Dance Company. She recently won her Equipment Standout Award at Florida State University Dance Recruitment Clinic. Her future plans are to attend college and major in finance and informational systems. Jewel Ayana Wells, escorted by her father, Everest Wells. Jewel is a member of DECA, FCCLA, and National Honor Society. She enjoys helping others, meeting new people, and spending time with family. Jewel is proud of recently earning 4 Microsoft certifications and is currently planning a blood drive. She would like to attend UAB and major in biomechanical sciences. And now the moment you have all been waiting for, the crowning of our homecoming queen. The homecoming queen of 2022 for Davidson High School is Natalie Marie Cook. Congratulations to Natalie and all of our homecoming court for this year. Go Warriors!
Welcome back to the game. Unfortunately, we had technical issues with Coach Crowley, so we'll summarize what he said.
He said our offense is doing a great job, but we really don't need to rely on our big plays for us to win this game.
Coach Crowley said the defense is doing a great job at keeping the other team down.
All right, and welcome back from that halftime break. A little bit of technical difficulties there with that interview with Coach Colley, but glad we were able to get the gist of what he said. Jonah Longa coming out here to get the kick. Bryant's going to take it back. I think that's the first time we've seen it. He's looking for somewhere to go. He's taking a couple holes out there, but Davidson will get him down at about the 35. Probably the best field position Bryant's been able to start off with this game.
Let's hope that's not indicative of this half, Steven. I mean, as far as first plays go, fielding a kickoff, that was a strong one. They got great field position.
Yeah. Davidson out here. They're waiting for that Bryant offense. I don't imagine we'll see too many changes out here for either teams. You know, probably keep working with what they've been working with.
I think we might see a little bit of difference in Bryant, but Davidson's not going to change very much. That's for sure.
Bryant's going to motion a guy across. They'll throw a screen pass to him. He'll take a hole up there. Nice block from Bryant. Tries to cut back, but golly, big driving tackle there from Davidson. That looked nice.
So it's something we see Davidson improve on week by week. Coach Colley, he does a good job of making his team prepared at the very least. I mean, you know, maybe their conditioning is not the best, but they do adapt to their opponent, that's for sure, especially with the good tackling in this game.
Isaiah Dixon making some changes here. Got to run it back straight behind him. He's going to fake the handoff, looking for a pass here. He's going to shoot it down the middle, just a little bit behind the wide receiver. He saw something there, and he just couldn't get it to the guy he wanted.
That was a really bad play action pass, Steve. I don't know if you noticed or not, but the running back ran to the opposite side of where the quarterback was handing the ball off to. So I saw it, and you know James Williams saw it. That other Davis team, they saw it too. The rest of them, they all saw it. That's why there was decent coverage there.
Bryant with a third down here. They'll look for another pass. He's going to throw it down the sideline. No one there. Couldn't tell if he was throwing it to the inside guy or the outside guy, but just fell incomplete there. Good start here by Davidson, able to, not even let Bryant go for a first down there.
Right, a great defensive drive. Davidson has a defensive presence this game that we haven't seen in a long time. We haven't seen it all year.
Here comes the punt. Probably not what he wanted. And it'll bounce. Keep on rolling back. Probably about the 26 here for Davidson. Got to be able to come back out here and keep that momentum you had in the first half. Definitely want to come out here and see a score from Davidson. Kind of increase that lead.
Definitely. Davidson's, they built a good lead in that half. Theoretically, or in reality, it should have been 21-0. That Bryant touchdown was a defensive lapse, but it happens. It's football. Mistakes happen. Now we're up by 14.
They'll hand it off to Derek Butler out here. He'll bounce around to the outside. Bryant will hold on to him here. He's still up. They'll finally force him out of bounds after another big run there, man. That's force of nature right there.
And I must say, I don't like the stigma of football highlights in the sense that cornerback, did he get a little run over? A little bit. But he held on, and he slowed Derek Butler down just enough for the rest of the defense to come in and tackle him. That was a great play by that cornerback.
Even better play by the running back, though.
Of course, of course.
They'll line up with that 2 running back formation again. They'll hand it off to Derek Butler again. He's going to try to bounce outside. Got his feet tangled up there a little bit of a self-tackleization. Bring it to 2nd down and 9.
He's the first one of those we've seen in this game, so been pretty good so far.
Yeah, Davidson definitely playing with a lot less mistakes than we've seen in past games. Look like a complete football team out here.
Right, and I think the mistakes that we've made on defense, I don't think Bryant's quarterback has been able to capitalize on. Other than that one, the rest of them, he hasn't really done much.
They'll hand it off to E.J. Harrison, and he's going to make a nice run there up that hole. That'll get a gain of what, about 20?
A large gain.
Yeah.
That was a country mile game. That was not the downtown kind of game.
Yeah, I like to see that. Not able to slip past that last guy, but a big run there for EJ.
The defense making a sub.
Yeah, and number 10, EJ Harrison, just a sophomore, so, getting a lot of reps this game. He's going to look really good next year. Oh, another nice move by Derek Butler, able to slip in between those 2 Bryant guys, able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Timeout for an injured player here.
Derek Butler does a great job of mixing his speed and elusiveness with power. It's something that great running backs even struggle on in the NFL, on the NFL relativity, right? Like, Derrick Henry isn't very agile in comparison to other NFL running backs. But Derek Butler does a great job of making other high school teams. He's a hard man to tackle.
Yeah, and see all the coaches talking to their guys in the huddle. Got the O-line coach talking to the O-line. Yeah, you got Coach Miller in there talking with his quarterback, Coach Colley, telling him the plays. There's still a lot of time left in this game. They're only up 14. We'll have to see what they end up doing here. But during this little break, we're going to look at our pillar of the community, Blessings to Bet. Blessings is part of the DECA NJROTC. Her favorite community events were Stuff the Bus and the canned food drive, The biggest impact outreach event she did was the blood drive. Blessings' goals are to continue with these community outreach events and start her own tech business around computer science and aviation. Good job, Blessings. And number 9 able to stand up for the Canes. Nice he's able to walk off the field. Definitely seen a lot of stuff going around about injuries on the football field, so nice he was able to get up from that one.
Let's hope Bryant really evaluates him and doesn't throw him out there when he's
Seems kind of targeted, partner.
Oh, no, the Miami Dolphins organization needs some work, okay? it's a cold night, though.
Hey, I don't think we can handle a lawsuit from the Miami Dolphins, man. They'll line up with a 2 running back look here. Bryce is going to toss it out to Derek Butler. He'll bounce around with a nice block there from E.J. Harrison. Big gain, bring it to about 3rd and 3. Like that block from E.J. there, able to hold on to that defensive guy.
Football is a lot of unseen stuff as well as what you do actually see. Like, Harrison, he's been blocking great all night. I think both of the huge runs by Butler earlier were because of a Harrison bleed block, and we see it again, that one. And next time there's a huge run, next time you think they're about to break, look for that Harrison lead block. I'm sure it's going to be there.
They'll hand it off to Harrison, though, here. He'll get a gain of about 2, just going to be short of that 1st down. That'll bring up 4th down. Bryce is looking at Coach Colley, telling him he wants to go for it, man. Coach Colley looking at what he wants to do, and it looks like they are giving him the signal.
I know I've been skeptical twice now at these 4th downs, but I will say this one, the offense is moving great. The offense has been playing great, and if Bryce Fick wants to go for it, then go for it. Now that I say that, they're not going to get it, but if Bryce thinks that they can get it, then I think they can get it too.
Bryant loading that up front position. They'll hand it off to Derek Butler, but man, he's going to slip through. He's got a lot of room to run there, and that'll give him much more than the 1st down. Gain of about 7 there.
So I was unconvinced on the play call earlier, but Bryce Fick seeing what he said, or what he gestured, I guess you could say, to Coach Colley, he convinced me all the way up here that maybe Davidson should go for it, and it was a great success.
Definitely. Davidson really liking that formation they've been lining up in this whole drive, and it's been working for them. Snap here, they'll toss it to Derek Butler again. He'll take another nice hold there. He's got more room to run. Man, he'll get to the 10, and we've been calling his name a lot tonight, but I like the blocking on that play. He had a ton of holes to jump through, and that was nice.
I mean, they say defense wins championships, Steven, but defense is a really weird nickname for Derek Butler, don't you think? I think that's kind of I don't know why that's his nickname, but.
Yeah, partner, I don't know, man. You think maybe we see them hand it off to Derek Butler again, or they try for a play action here? It looks like they'll hand it off to EJ. He'll bounce off an offensive guy, get tackled in the backfield.
I think they're going to hand it off to Harrison that play. I think that's what.
That was a good call. I actually think that may have been your first one tonight.
It probably was. Maybe number 2. Well, I got the field goal one right.
Oh, there you go.
Well, I guess that was more of a prediction, but no. To be honest, I thought they were going to hand it off to Butler. I mean, it's a no-brainer at this point to hand it off to Butler, and Bryant knows it. But are they going to stop it?
Davidson's going to change the formation here.
I think there's going to be a handoff to Butler, and Harris is going to have that lead block on the left. That's what I.
Looks like they will. He's going to get in between the linemen, get a gain of about 2, bring up 3rd, and about 5 to go to the line, to the end zone, excuse me. I think if I'm Davidson, I don't get it on this play. If I don't get it on this play, I'm going for it again, man. Put faith in your quarterback.
Really? I can get down with that. I can agree. You're so close that you're giving Bryant such bad field position anyway. I think I can agree with that.
Davidson's going to toss it out to Derek Butler. He'll cut in a hole, and he's going to walk on in there. Great. Nice blocking there again.
Great. I mean, It could have been called a hold, but they're a lot closer than I am. They're a lot closer than I am. But it wasn't. It could have been, but it wasn't? No. It's a touchdown. Tell you what it was called, 6 points.
Yeah, and there's another 6 points from Derek Butler. And, man, that guy.
They're going to have to start calling him defense at this point because he wins games.
Here comes Jonah DeLonga to kick the PAT. He's able to get that one off in time. We're going to go to an interview
How long
here.
have you been playing football?
I've been playing football for 12 years since I was 4.
And who would you say has supported you the most?
I would say my mother. She supported me through all my years, through the ups and downs, and still kept my head solid.
And there's the guy we've talked so much about tonight, and you know, got to sit down with him, talk with him, and told us all about his biggest supporter, his mother, and you know that's for a lot of people, it's family, man. That's what gets it done, you know.
He must not know about me yet, because I think I'm his biggest supporter, honestly. After this game, if he watched a game like this, especially after that game last week against Foley, it's impossible not to like how Derek Butler runs the football. And if he had any interest from colleges before, they're definitely interested now, and if he didn't, the eyes are opening. We are seeing them open as we speak.
Yeah, and you know, I was at the South Troy game last night, to which Derek Butler was on an official visit to the college, and you know, he's only a junior, so starting early. Bryant's going to try to return this one. He's going to take a cut inside. Davidson able to stop him at the 25.
And we've seen some great players from Davidson go on to the next level. We mentioned Cedric Johnson earlier. And
Cephas Johnson, his brother, played quarterback at South.
Right, South, and then he transferred to, I can't remember, a Louisiana school, smaller Louisiana school. And then there's the dynamic duo of my time here at Davidson, Tim Johnson and Colby Blunt, both went to Belhaven. But, you know, I would have to say that Derek Butler is on par with all of those athletes. You know, Cephas Johnson was a little before our time, Steven, but if you're good enough to play at South, I mean, you've got to be talented to play there.
Looks like Bryant has a new quarterback out there. They're going to put number 5, Isaiah Dixon, back at running back. Davidson able to collapse the pocket. Nothing happening there. 2nd and 13 here for the Hurricanes.
Bryant's offense is probably just too stale without that running back. They need that solid running back that they've had this whole year at running back and not quarterback, because he's not the quarterback type of player, especially not tonight.
Yeah, it looks like that. It's number 8, Nathaniel Bobbinger. And, man, Davidson going to just drive that quarterback back. Tremaine Barnes making a big play right there. Just able to bring that quarterback down. Flag here near the tackle.
If this is a flag for, like, roughing the passer.
Looks like they'll call something on Davidson. Personal foul here.
I think it is a roughing the passer, unnecessary roughness. I don't know if I agree with it, but it was close. So the refs have been calling a good game tonight. I got to give it to them. They've been calling a good one. So one borderline call either way, I'll give it. It's fine. We give them the benefit of the doubt.
Some discussion here from the referees. And they'll march that ball forward. Referee's ready to get this game started. He's moving. That'll bring that ball way forward, and yet it's still 2nd down.
It's still 2nd and long after a 15-yard penalty. I mean, that was a costly mistake from Davidson.
Some more discussion here from the referees. And that will end the discussion, and we'll be able to snap this ball, hopefully. Yep, they'll blow the play.
See how Davidson
Nathaniel will take the
responds.
snap here. He'll hand it off to Isaiah Dixon. He's going to try to take a hole up there. A little bit of movement, maybe about 1 yard or 2 yards, excuse me. Bring up 3rd down and about 5 to go. Big third. I know I've said this a lot. Big 3rd down here for Bryant. They're going to really have to start driving this ball if they want to have a chance of getting back in this game.
So it's now or never. Davidson ran the ball this quarter a lot. They ran the clock out, so it's now or never for Bryant.
They're going to fake the handoff. Quarterback keep here. He'll try to run in, but Davidson will be there to stop him. Nothing happening. I'll bring up 4th down and about a yard to go.
I would
Looks
be
like
shocked if they didn't put number 42 in here to run this ball in the middle of the field on this 4th down.
They're looking at the coaches, seeing what they want to do. And
And
here he
there's
goes.
number 42, yeah.
Number 42, Caden King, will come out here. This is where that Davidson defensive line has to dig in, put their cleats into the ground, and you know, just shove through that O-line and get to that running back.
This is about as close of a sure yard as you could possibly get at this point.
Here it comes. They'll hand it off, and he's got room to get there. He'll get much more than he needed for the 1st down. Easy run there for number 42.
I say this. Pat McAfee once said there are no 100% plays in football, but there are ones that are close, and that one was about as close as you can get to a 100% 1st down. With that big guy in there, Davidson has been struggling to stop him all night. There's been a couple plays, obviously, but that 1 yard, that was pretty much a guarantee.
Motion to tie it in across here. Looks like they'll put Isaiah Dixon back at quarterback, but he'll hand it off to King.
Bryant runs the inside zone, and it's tackled by Tim Miller for a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6 for the Hurricanes.
Davidson looking for the call on the sideline.
They're going to have to make an adjustment. This has been Bryant's best formation right here.
He's looking for a deep pass here. He's going to launch it just a little bit over his head, and that would have been nice for Bryant if they could have got that one.
Right, I mean, Davidson played great defense. The coverage wasn't as tight as you would want it to be, but the safety was there for help. I mean, if the pass was on target, it would have been a big gain, but he wouldn't have scored there as long as they made the tackle. So, I mean, good play for Davidson.
And I hear the bell tolling here, bringing up 3rd down for Bryant. I got to tell you, partner, a little bit of a fumble snap here, but he's able to hang on to it. He's going to keep on moving forward. And it's going to be an awfully close call here up to the ref, but I think they'll spot him short.
He was definitely rumbling through that line. That's an impressive play, but once again.
And I think they'll keep that same formation or lineup, on the field.
I think everybody in this stadium thinks the exact same as me, that they're going to hand it to number 42 and they're going to watch him get this yard. I have a good feeling this time. I think they're going to stop him this time.
Here comes a snap. They'll hand it off to 42, and he'll make an easy yard. Broke a few tackles. Another big run. Oh, boy. Davidson's got to be able to dig in here and really can't give up a touchdown to Bryant. You know, we've been talking about drawing NFL parallels. You know, we said James Williams with Aaron Donald. I'm thinking number 42 is old Kyle Juszczyk from the 49ers.
That's what I was
and
thinking.
And there he goes with another big run.
That is exactly what I was thinking. A bigger fullback. I think at the high school level, he's probably better than Juszczyk. Maybe we'll give him a little bit more of a legendary comparison, like a Christian Okoye or someone like that. You know, a little more of a runner than he is a blocker. But I mean, Kyle Juszczyk's as solid as it gets. We haven't seen a legendary fullback in a couple of years in the NFL, right?
Yeah. And
Face
mask here on the Warriors. That'll back the Warriors up. See some subs here for Davidson. They're going to bring some big boys up on the line.
I mean, this is the classic Warriors defensive possession. I mean, a couple mistakes, and I will say that these mistakes, we've seen some egregious mistakes from the Warriors in the past. This one hasn't been too bad. That one early on at the other end of the field, that was pretty bad. But I mean, this drive is just a good drive from Bryant.
Flag here.
So was not on Davidson.
Discussion here from the umpires. And it looks like it is going to be on Davidson. encroachment called on the Warriors. That'll bring the Bryant Hurricanes up some more. Davidson, like I said, on the ropes again. They got to be able to get up. Big shot there from Bryant, and a big tackle there from Davidson, but man, really shouldn't have given up that pass.
Yeah, it's great seeing Davidson lay the boom on somebody for sure, but in the grand scheme of the football, that was not a good play for Davidson to give up.
And really don't want to be on the goal line with number 42, Caden King in.
Once again, I think this has got to be a touchdown. He has 4 plays.
Here comes a run, but man, James Williams back there to get a stop, and that is huge. He couldn't get anywhere, and with that tackle, it'll probably bring about the end of the third quarter, give the teams a little bit of a breather, bring out the fourth quarter, and I think Davidson, they got a little bit of a push right there. Hopefully they can stick with that and maybe keep them to a field goal, which, field goals can turn into misses.
I got 2 words for you, Steven. James Williams is good.
Partner, did you miss school today?
What schools have been interested in you so far?
Right now I have no offers, but I have a lot of interest from Oregon State University, Western Virginia, Troy, and South Alabama.
So you went to visit South and watch the Troy and South game. Does that make you feel any way about Troy or South?
I was there just for the experience. I mean, it was nice that they played. It was nice to see somebody win, but
good job by Kendall Kraft there on the interview. Like I said earlier, Bryce, with that visit to the South game, and as much as I'd like to see him at South, he probably has a lot more visits lined up ahead of him.
If he had South's eyes on him before, he's definitely got some bigger eyes on him now after these last 2 games.
Huddle here from Bryant.
That play was so important. So important.
Nice push there from James Williams to be able to hold on at the end of the quarter. Bryant's going to try for a quarterback keeper. He's going to try to shuffle in, but Davidson's there to stop him at the end. Well, there, Davidson gets the stop there before he hits the end zone. Gain there, but still about 3 yards to go to that end zone, and definitely not an easy score here from Bryant.
Definitely not. Even with number 42 in, seeing him stuffed on the goal line before, if I'm Bryant, I'm running this as far away with number 42 as away from James Williams. And if they do that, it'll probably be a touchdown. But Davidson did chew a lot of clock at this drive.
Davidson really packing that line there. Quarterback's going to keep it again. He's going to try to bounce outside. He'll fumble around a little bit. And I think that's another instance of self-tackleization, stopping him again. That'll bring up 4th down for Bryant. And I think you got to go for it here, partner.
Got to go for it. And look, we said it in the last 2 plays that we thought they were handing number 42. And they should have maybe, but they got to now. And if they don't, that's their mistake. Honestly, that's just their mistake.
Timeout here from Bryant. Coach wants to have some time with his guys on this play. You got to get it right here, man. You don't get no second chances after this one.
Yeah, this is your best chance. If they don't get this, I would say this is the game-defining play right here. It's a long road to come back on. It's not impossible, 3 touchdowns, but you have to get this one right here. You have to score right here to make it 2 scores, maybe get an onside. It's going to be tough.
Coach definitely talking to his team, and we're going to go down to the sideline with his.
We have another big down coming up tonight. Davidson is crushing it 28-7. We're 4th quarter, and we still have a great crowd going. Congratulations to our homecoming queen,
Natalie Cook, and other homecoming participants. You guys absolutely killed it tonight, and you should be very proud of yourselves. Our student section is absolutely killing it, and we're having a fantastic homecoming. Back to you guys in the booth.
You, Kelvin and Isabel. Man, every time we go down that sideline, Kelvin throws me off, man.
I swear he gets more and more gold every time we go down there.
Think he's been touching it up
He's
in
gotta
between
be.
the sideline interviews.
He's got it, or the sweat's just making it
All
glisten.
right.
I don't know.
Big stop here for Davidson. They're going to really have to get into that backfield. Brian will motion a guy across. They're looking for a pass here. They're going to screen it. He's going to catch it. But, man, there's a big stop there from the Davidson defense, and that's going to be no good. Golly, man. That was huge. He read that perfectly. Look, he saw that guy coming across, and he went straight to him, and he got him down.
I think there are two contributing factors that play. Davidson, that cornerback played perfect defense. An amazing open field tackle, textbook open field tackle, textbook awareness. Great Davidson play. Awful Bryant play.
Amazing.
That play was terrible. That should have never been called. That should have never left the playbook. Bryant needed to keep that in the locker, run that against the scout team on Monday, and see if that works there, because it does not work against the Davidson Warriors tonight.
Yeah, and a big stop there from number 27, Caleb Banks. Davidson, they'll hand it off to E.J. Harrison, and he's got a lot of room to run. There's two guys right behind him, just barely able to get him from behind. Man, he had a lot of room ahead of him, partner. And, man, lining up in your goal line, and now you're lining up at what, the 45?
That is definitely the nail in the coffin. I mean, it doesn't get more demoralizing than that. Having such a terribly blown up play last play, to lose that drive, to not score, and then giving up a 35-yard run to not even Derek Butler, to a sophomore at Bryant is in a world of hurt right now. They are lost and confused.
They'll hand it off to Derek Butler on that one, and he'll hit the same hole. Man, tackled by the Aglets there. Good open field tackle by Bryant, but just another big run.
Man, this Bryant defense is there in a hurricane right now. Well, it's their namesake. I mean, they 2 runs up the middle of the field, 2 large runs, and Derek Butler was a shoelace away from that being 6 points.
Yeah, nice play from the O-line there. Really able to open up that hole for Derek.
This might be a play-action pass just to do it.
Or they'll just hand it off to E.J. Harrison again. Not able to hit as big of a hole as he wanted, but still a nice gain of about 3.
There's so much to love about this Davidson Warriors team tonight. It's their homecoming night, senior night. The seniors showed out. Bryce Fick has been prevalent in this game. We haven't seen a game with Bryce Fick like this. Derek Butler has been showing out. He's hit his form this season. He's hit the top of his form this season. And Harrison, man, you combine those two. It reminds me of those days the Saints had Kamara and Mark Ingram. Do you remember that, Steven?
Remember that? That was like 2 years ago, man.
It just seems so long from now because the Saints are just terrible.
There's another handoff to Derek Butler. He's going to slip up a little bit, able to stay up, and he is dragging that Hurricane defense, man. They cannot bring him down.
That honestly might be the most impressive play he's had tonight. I know he had that like 50-yard run and that 60-yard run and stuff, but that one carrying 3 guys on his back with another in front of him.
3 here from
That's
Davidson.
what I would send to college coaches.
Yeah.
A lot of good running backs have 60-yard runs, but not a lot of good running backs do that in a game.
You think maybe we see a play-action pass here or just stick with that run game?
I think not anymore. I think after the 2 large runs, maybe a play-action pass. But that's just – I think Davis is going to chew out the clock at this point. Because the game is not over. 21 points is definitely doable, especially when Andy Dalton's your quarterback. Then those 2 pick sixes will definitely hurt you.
Yeah, and with the timeout here from Coach Colley, just wants to discuss with his team, make sure he gets the right play here. Maybe give him a little bit of a break.
They're going to chew out this clock as far as they can.
Yeah, and with that timeout, it'll bring this 4th quarter with 8 minutes left. And I got to say, this is a pretty good football game.
I can honestly say that there's been a lot of positives on Davidson's side and not a lot of mistakes on Bryant. I think Davidson's just honestly just playing better than Bryant, just outbeating him in every aspect. I don't think this is one of the games you can look at, oh, Brian made these mistakes, and they really just didn't compete. Like, no, I think Bryant just didn't put together a good enough drive to score. They scored once on a great pass, and then those 2 drives they should have scored. That one drive, they just switched field positions. It kind of got me a little confused. They probably should have let it off to 42 a little bit more in that drive. I mean, Bryson, I mean, it's not over yet. It's definitely not over yet.
Third and 3 here. Low snap. They'll call it a quarterback keep, and he's pushing. But just too many Bryant guys there. They'll stop him in the backfield. A little bit of a fumbled snap there. Didn't have time to get set how he wanted.
I mean, heads up play by Bryce. He didn't really let it get to him. I think he still gained a yard. He didn't lose any. That's for sure. Maybe lost 1, but he didn't lose 5 or 6 like it could have been, or give the ball away completely. I mean, they're still out there on 4th down. The Davidson Warriors, they know the game's not over. Brian knows the game's not over.
Here comes a 4th down play. Derek Butler able to stay up, and I'm going to call it a 1st down, but we'll see where the refs spot it. I'm thinking they're calling it short, partner.
Derek Butler was definitely not happy about that.
About the
spot, yeah.
There's an official timeout. Thinks they're going to check the position here.
And I mean, I do agree that the spotting was a little off, but when you stretch out your arm like that, it's so questionable at that point, the spot of the ball. So, and as we talked about earlier, the refs have had a great game, so we'll give them another benefit of the doubt. So it's kind of hard to tell. I mean, we have to look at the broadcast to see how close it is.
Here they come. Running out here. They'll move it forward. Here it comes. And it's a 1st down. There we go, baby. Man. They didn't even bring the chains out for that. That was easy.
No, that was a 1st down and plenty. That was a whole extra yard they could have gotten on that one. I will give it to him. From our point of view, it was impossible. I thought he was short, barely short. And they brought it out. They put it down. He was not short at all. I think the whole football might have been across the line.
New face out here, number 3 for Davidson.
Timeout on the field.
Officials timeout here, but they'll snap the ball back.
The clock about to strike the 7th minute left in this game. I mean,
they'll hand it off to Derek Butler, though. He'll make a nice move up the middle. He got in between 2 guys. He'll make another move out of the middle. Man, just cutting up there. Looks like Lamar Jackson moving out there, man. Bring the ball out to the 15. Man, slipping and sliding. He hit the defender with the Just got right by him.
Little juke move, spin move. Derek Butler's
what I like to call the hezzy.
Derek Butler's definitely in his flow state right now. He's nothing but yardage. That's all he's thinking right now is nothing but that end zone.
The big truss. Here's a snap. They'll hand it off to number 3 to Marcus Pugh. Brian able to get back there. He'll stay up for a little bit, but that'll be a loss of about 1.
So we had a couple NFL comparisons so far, right? Derek Butler, who's your comparison?
Oh, I don't know, man.
Or we can go a college comparison. Who do you think he's playing like of a college player, past
They'll
or
hand
present?
it off to E.J. Harrison. That's a nice game. Man, I don't know. Oh, I think maybe you even do like a Jameer Gibbs. I think he's maybe a little bit bigger than Jameer Gibbs, but he just has that athleticism, man. He gets out in the open field and just takes off those nice moves.
I like that comparison. I think
Maybe a Bijan Robinson.
I was thinking
Bijan.
more like Najee Harris. I know we're talking about Bama running backs, and there's other ones, but I think, Najee Harris got that power, got that speed. I think he's definitely up there. Or if he could catch better, I would call him McCaffrey. But his catching is at least something to be desired, but it's definitely not bad.
But they'll toss it to him here. He'll bounce around outside. Nice stiff arm there. Big move there on the Bryant defender. Put him on the floor, man.
He's like a Bo Jackson. How about that? Bo Jackson,
Golly.
Barry Sanders.
Look, the only thing I can say is he's like when you go on Madden and you create a player and you just give him all this, you give him 100 on every stat. That's what it is.
He looked great earlier this season, but now he looks untouchable. He looks so good this game, and I could only imagine the full game. You're telling me he played better than this in Foley? No wonder he won those awards.
4th down here again for Davidson. They'll hand it off to E.J. Harrison. He'll get stopped at the line of scrimmage, and I think that one is going to be short partner. That'll give Bryant the football.
And that's fine. Davidson is okay with that. The clock was run down. They have 5 minutes, scored 21 points. That's insurmountable. They can't do it. Davidson's not going to, unless Davidson comes out and fumbles the ball 3 times in a row. We've seen it, but not tonight. They're not going to do it tonight.
Here comes that Bryant offense. They'll put Isaiah Dixon in back at quarterback. They'll hand it off to Caden King. He found himself a hole, trying to get a tackle out there in the open field, not able to get it, but the safety's there to stop him at the 30. Really wish they could have gotten a stop there at the goal line, but 5 minutes left in this game, you take what you can get.
I think some of the younger players are in for Davidson. I don't see James Williams. It doesn't mean he's not out there. I hope they wouldn't take him out on a senior night, but they might have.
I see him right there at a left end.
Okay, good.
They'll fake the handoff here. He's looking for a pass. High one there. Davidson not able to get up in time, but a load of flags coming in for pass interference. Oh, man. That'll bring the ball forward some. Maybe a bit of a too good defensive play there from Davidson.
Definitely a little too tight of coverage, that's for sure.
That'll move the ball forward a pretty good bit.
Say it's I think, is it 10 yards or 15 yards at the spot of the foul, Stephen?
I think so.
Sounds about right.
Well, not at the spot of the foul.
Oh, that's NFL, isn't it? The spot of the foul. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness.
Golly, Tremaine Barnes. What the heck? He's got to. He was back there. I blinked, and the man was tackled.
If Tremaine Barnes had a little bit more power to him, we would have seen an exact repeat of that Jadeveon Clowney play in 2013.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm
South
talking
Carolina
about?
one.
That
Bam!
one against Michigan. Some call it the greatest balled-up live play of the decade.
And they'll try for another pass here. Davidson collapses in the pocket again, but they'll be able to get it to the wide receiver. But he'll drop the ball. Looks like they'll call it a...
I don't know what they're calling it.
I think maybe he hopped back on it. He fumbled it, but was able to hop back on it there. That'll bring up 3rd and short here. About 3 minutes, 40 seconds left. Davidson bringing a huge blitz here, but Bryant able to get off in time. He'll feed it to an out route there. Get out of bounds, pause the clock.
Davidson having this season's been in some trouble for Davidson. They've had a poor season mostly. They don't have a stadium. We're going to have a stadium, but they don't have it yet. Next year, Derek Butler being a senior, Harrison being a junior, and a new stadium, or a home stadium, that they could practice in and get reps in.
Golly.
This Davidson team is going to be dangerous next year. And I don't.
Man. And I like what Coach Ferris said. Jermaine Barnes and James Williams, the Bash brothers.
The Watt brothers, like I was
The
credited
Watt
too.
brothers, there
J.J.
you
Watt,
go.
T.J. Watt.
Able to stop him in the backfield. They'll try for another pass here. Not able to get it off. Couple hands on him. He's going to fumble the ball. See who hopped on it.
James Williams. We were talking earlier, and I said earlier that James Williams' pass rush was his weakest point. But it's funny because after I said that, these last couple of drives, he's been great at it. Way better than he was at the beginning of the game.
Try for another pass here. He'll get it off. But it's picked, and he's got a lot of room to go. He's only got the quarterback in front of him. He's going to make a one move there. Another move. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. That's a touchdown. Big six there. Oh, my gosh. Oh, it was impeccable coverage. He saw the ball coming, and he grabbed it. And he ran, and he ran, and he ran, and he made some amazing moves on the way, and then he's got to put it in the end zone.
Davidson's definitely feeling dangerous, Steve, and that is the 100% takeaway from this game, that Davidson is a dangerous team to play.
Amazing play there from number 14, Marcus McCall. And, man, what a showing from this Davidson defense tonight. Gave up 7 points, but that is it. They've been able to dig in and just completely destroy this Bryant offense.
That's one of those plays that you just look at, and that cornerback caught it in stride like he was the receiver. And I must say, that's Bryant's second touchdown pass of the night. One to Davidson, one to Bryant.
Wait a second. They brought the...
Oh, they brought it back.
Apparently he stepped out of bounds.
Well,
That's
either
my
way.
bad, guys. Didn't mean to get your hopes up, but at least we get to see Bryce Fick come out for one more drive on his senior night. They'll hand it off here. He's going to take a bounce outside. He'll get a nice run there for a gain of about 6. Second and 3. Time still counting down. 1 minute, 50 seconds left.
That's one of those plays that you look back on. Did he score? No, but he scored.
He
He
scored.
scored. Right. And he ran past the offense. And no, it doesn't count on his stat sheet, but the interception does. That return yardage does so far, and it counts in the students' hearts. Got them pumped up tonight on homecoming night.
They'll hand it off to number 3, to Marcus Pugh again. Bryant there for the stop. Davidson definitely just chewing clock down. And as this clock winds down, you know, this is our last broadcast in Clem Richardson Stadium. Next year, we'll be in Davidson's home field, which apparently they aren't naming the Duke Field. I don't know, but we will be in our own broadcast booth. Seen the nice AC units they have on there, which definitely we could have used this season. Time counting down, about 50 seconds left as they'll snap this ball on 3rd down. They'll stop him in the backfield. And partner, I think we'll maybe see one more play here, but I think that'll do it for us here. And man, what an amazing game. Saw some electric plays from Derek Butler, Tremaine Barnes, James Williams, E.J. Harrison, definitely Bryce Fick, and then Marcus McCall there at the end with the greatest play that never happened.
Right, that was
but
the
they'll
icing on
walk
the
to the
cake of
sideline,
plays.
walk to the sideline a happy team, and I just want to thank all the people with the Warrior Belt Network. You know, me, my partner Jaden Gainey, cameraman over there, Jonathan Woody. You know, we have Kendall, and down there on camera we got Isabel and Kelvin on sideline. Got Ethan helping us out, and man, that'll do it for us tonight. I'll see you guys basketball season. Get started
Basketball.
with some basketball games, and hopefully, with this new stadium being built, we're gonna do some soccer games. So we'll see you guys then. But until then, signing off, Steven Duke and Jaden Gainey.
Hi, I'm Mose Piper. I'm with the journalism class. Now, earlier this week, I had the opportunity to interview our homecoming sponsor, Miss Malinsky. You might notice she's dressed a little bit differently. That's because it's homecoming week, and today she was dressed up as her zodiac sign, a Capricorn.
Hi, I'm Mose Piper. I'm with the journalism class, and today we're going to be interviewing Miss Malinsky about homecoming.
Hello.
How will this year's homecoming be different from last year's homecoming?
So this year's homecoming is going to be back at the Riverview again. It's going to be bigger. There's going to be a lot more students there. There's going to be a cool light show that Southern Sound has made, and then the seniors have picked the music for the dance. So I think it's going to be great.
Yeah. What was the inspiration for the theme?
So Miss Parker actually picked the theme, but I love it because I'm science, and so she knew there was an upcoming launch and that we're trying to go back to the moon, and so she saw this image and she thought, hey, this is a great image. Let's make space our theme this year.
Okay. What kind of refreshments will be at homecoming?
So this year we're going to have tons of chicken tenders, chips and salsa, brownies and cookies, punch. Of course there'll be water there, and then at the end of the night you'll be able to take a grab and go bag. It'll have chips, it'll have cookies, it'll have brownies, and you'll get a little bottle of water to go.
Okay. Thank you.